morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I've got a new card to make for you. But first, I wanted to show off what I've been working on the last week, which is getting ready for my Fun Folds class, which is Saturday in person, and also going to be available as a written and video tutorial. And also, if you're in Australia, you can also order the video tutorial, written tutorial, and a kit that gives you all of the paper pieces and ribbon and such that you need to make these cards. So let me show you what they are. I'm very, very excited. Hello, Gladys and Paula. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited about these cards. Some of them are ones I've wanted to make for a long time, and some I just found. This is a pop-out swing card, and I've never made one of these before, believe it or not. And I think that's very fun. And that's featuring Spotlight on Nature, but you can use all kinds of different things to make this style of card. That's true for all of these. I just picked some favorite current products. And this one is a tiered box card. Looking to see how they look on the camera for you. It folds flat either way to go in the envelope, and it just stands up nicely. So like I said, all of these I'll have available to do in person on Saturday if you're here in the Melbourne area, or I have written and video tutorial and also a kit available if you're in Australia to get all of the papers that you need to make these cards. This is called a Flying Seagull card, and this comes out. I've wanted to make this for a while too. This was really hot about, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and I didn't do it. But it's really lots of, it looks much more complicated than it actually is. That's really fun. And again, you can do this with anything. The one I got was all flowery and everything, and this one I'm doing with the Take to the Sky suite. And then this one is complicated. This one has a lot of cutting and scoring and measuring and such, but that's okay. It's got a belly band. This one's featuring the country flowers, so it has a lot of coloring there. And then this is called a double tucked corner card, I think. And then, so, oh, and then this, where do you write your message? There we go. So that's in there too. So there are all of those. That just slides on to hold it. So that is my Fun Folds card class. If you go to my website, nancysniftynotes.com, and click on the classes and events tab, you'll find a listing for it, and you'll be able to click to let me know that you'd like to buy the tutorials or the tutorials and the kit, or come to the class on Saturday. So if you want to come on Saturday, you need to let me know by the end of today, please, or very early on Thursday, because I'll be cutting kits and getting ready. So, but for the rest of it, you can tell me anytime, and I'll make it up. If you're watching this years later, I won't have exactly the same materials, but we can work something out if you really want a kit to make things. Anyway, for today's card, I got a brainstorm of something that I wanted to do. I've done a little bit of prep to get ready to make it easy to go, but I'm going to be doing some stamping and cutting of, let me start here, Flowers of Beauty and their coordinating dies. And I'm going to be using this stamp and this flower and that pair of leaves, and they're coordinating dies here. So that's one bundle. And then I'm also probably going to use these leaf dies and this sentiment, happy birthday. This is Unbounded Love bundle. This pair of bundles is in the Unbounded Beauty suite. I have not purchased anything else from this suite because I just really like these bundles. And they are both available in the June bundle sale at an additional 10% off. So bundles already come 10% off. Then buying, you know, a stamp set and dies separately. And then there's an extra 10% off starting today, the 5th, in June to the end of the month. So, and this is true for any suite that you're buying in the month of June. Take a look, because I think you're going to find it's a better deal to, you know, the suite is convenient and includes the bundle discount, but I don't think it includes the extra 10% off. So buying the pieces separately, I think, is going to save you that extra 10%. Okay, jumping to my paper, I pulled out this, was it Thoughtful Journey? There it is there. Yes, Thoughtful Journey. And this is another one of these beautiful watercolored scenes papers. Just so pretty in and of themselves. And they've got both sides. One side is definitely a scene. The other side may be a scene, but it might just be a watercolor wash that's helpful to use to fill or accent. Like, that's not a particular scene. This one is more of a scene. That one is not. So nice variety, mix and match. And so for what I wanted to do, I went through and pulled out 4 different sheets to pick one, because what I want to do is take these stamps and stamp in Versamark and heat emboss in white and cut out the flowers and get some blended flowers and then leaves. So I was looking for stuff that would give me pretty flowers and leaves to work together on either side, and I'd rather stick to one piece of paper because I don't really want to go cutting up lots and lots of pieces of paper just to do this one project. So I believe I have settled on this piece. So I'm going to put everything else out of the way. And I am going to bring in my embossing buddy, because I am going to stamp on this and put embossing powder on it. And I don't want static or oil from my fingers or anything to pick up. I want to minimize stray embossing powder sticking places that I don't want. So that's what the embossing buddy is for. Just a little piece of fabric that's got a powder like cornstarch in it that just coats it and makes it good for that sort of thing. So I'm going to stamp a bunch of flowers, and I did not do this in advance. I didn't do any of them in advance, so you get to watch all of it. So I'm going to come up here and get a flower there. And it's going to be, you're going to be like, well, there's nothing there. If I look the right way, can see where I have stamped, so I don't stamp over, I hope. And I'm just going to work my way across here, trying to get good color blendings in there. Okay, And I think I am going to go ahead and emboss the flowers, and then come back and do some leaves. So, hi Sarah, glad you joined me today. Did you order your glass mat? It's up there. Yeah, if you didn't see, demonstrators get to pre-order this glass mat that I'm using here. You can't see that. Yeah, there we go. This glass mat. It's back available for pre-order for demonstrators, and it will be available for customers starting in early July. So I know people have been clamoring for those since they first were available late last year. There we go. So you can see those flowers on there. And I'm going to close that up and bring in my heat tool. And one reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to see where I had stamped, and because I didn't want the Versamark to dry out too much before I got the embossing powder on there. So I did do a little debating with myself early this morning about whether I was going to do white or black or a metallic, and I finally decided to do white. I love heat embossing. It's one of the things that sold me on stamping right from the beginning. How can you not love how that magically changes? It's more dramatic in metallics, but it's awesome in all of them. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out again. Set that aside for now, and we're going to do some more stamping. Oh, yeah, I was going to do some small flowers too. It's okay, we'll get them in there. I'm going to come right back in here a little bit, just to make sure. Yeah, I don't think I can get that one. Okay, that's fine. And now we're going to do some leaves. And I'm going to leave that there because I want to be able to come in. Those are going to be more solid ones, and I want to be able to come in. Oh, let's do another one or two. I'm thinking about how these are going to go. I'm going to put powder on that. Doing some thinking here. Always dangerous. Okay, let's see how that goes. Okay. That is the heat embossing I think I want to do for this card. And I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss. Now these dies will fit through the mini, and I could cut down this paper now and run it through the mini, but I have lovely new plates on my full-size one, so I'm going to go with that. Oh, that's the other thing. In this big sale that we're having in June, the big shots, oh my gosh, go back a couple years. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines are, both the mini and the full-size one, are on sale for 10% off. This, like, never happens. Okay, so I have some Post-it tape, and it seems like it's not very sticky, but that's good. We don't want it to be very, very sticky, or it'll rip our paper, but we do want it sticky enough to, maybe we're just going to put things in place. Because I've got flat, brand new flat plates, I think they're going to stay. Let's get that lined up. That one lined up. Oops. I can see this one moved, or wasn't lined up properly to begin with. Yeah, it wasn't lined up properly to begin with. Hi, Christine and Lorraine. Thanks for joining me today. Oh, that really moved, didn't it? Oh, how disappointing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we will be using some tape. That messed up 2 different flowers, although we might be able to tuck one under. Sorry, I really should have done some of these in advance to save you some time, but you get to hang out with me longer. Okay, I'm trying to get actually lined up the right way. I'm not sure it is. That looks good. So, what's going on with everybody? Go. Okay, let's do another round here. This is the hard one to line up. There we go. Yes, ordering the glass mat. I put into my cart, I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but there's a new online exclusive Christmas suite, Season of Green and Gold, that is going to be available for customers beginning of July, and that is going to be what I base my July stamp camp on. It's going to be the featured suite, and we're going to do Christmas in July, in part because I usually do a lot of Christmas stuff in October and November, and I will be in the US for most of October and the first part of November. So I want to give people the chance to get a bunch of cards made. I think we'll do one more round here and see how we're going. Oh, and I want to do some of these leaves. They can go through at the same time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm coming too. It has been too long. So I'm just using my brush to brush all the little bits out of that die, and then pokey tool. See that? That's cute. And again, brush some bits out. There's that one. More of that. And while we're at it, let's do a few more of these. Because they're cool and fun. And why not? I was going to put adhesive sheet on the back of those sections where I'm doing that, but we'll just deal with glue. A little bit of static here. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. Get these bits out. go. That out of the way. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so I've got a bunch of these flowers. That's the one that was a miscut. Get rid of that. Leaves, solid leaves with the embossing, and then those leaves. See what else I still have on here. I have one more flower I can get. I'm going to do that really fast here, just so I have my full range. Can't see straight at all what I'm doing. Why am I being so troubled all of a sudden? That's it, because it's turned totally opposite from the other ones. Okay. Here we go. So I went ahead and I did cut one of these. Well, they're a hexagon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides from Nested Essentials. Because what I want to do is get my sentiment on one side or another, and then build a cluster of flowers and leaves on the other side. And I brought in papers that I thought would go well. And I just want to play for a minute, since I now have cut out what I want to use. I want to make sure it's still the right colors. Like the Petunia Pop is okay, but I'm wondering, based on what got into those flowers, I'm wondering if Fresh Freesia isn't going to be a better. I know it's probably hard for you to see. I'm looking at my screen. And I'm not necessarily going to use all of these? That's the next question. I actually like the Petunia Pop because it pulls out that darker tone. Okay, so that was the right call. And the question is, then, because what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna do a frame, a layer, and a card base. And it could be those of you who like the process, you're getting a good taste of it here. Yeah, I don't like that so much. Okay, so I got a vision now. Cut that. Yeah, I do think that black in the back is going to be nice. Okay, so let me cut my card base, and I do 2 at a time because I can always use a card base or cut it down to something else. And I'm going to cut down a layer of Lost Lagoon. I don't think I want to do this. Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure I don't want to do that. Okay, so I just keep going back and checking and double checking that I like where I'm headed. I don't have to have it perfect to get a good sense of what I'm doing. I like where that's going. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to emboss that with. I want texture on that piece. So dotted, oh no, sorry, Eyelet 3D is a current favorite. Ferns might be nice. Not the flowers, not sentiments. What do you think of the zinnias? Different flowers. Let's try that actually. Flowers, keep the flowers going. Let's try this, see what we think. I think just about any texture will be good. I'm just gonna run this through off screen here. So there's some texture. It's just amazing what texture does. I think I want to get my sentiment on there. So here's my happy birthday. And Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Want it on the right side, but I don't think it has to be squished all the way over to the edge. I could be wrong about that, but I can always redo it. Clean and close. I know I've gotten very quiet because I'm thinking, which is always a challenge. It's not a challenge to think, it's a challenge to think and chatter. But you don't need me chattering. Okay. I am going to try my I can't come up with the name of it now. There we go. Press and seal wrap trick, because I really like this and I can't really take a picture because my camera on my phone is being used to film. So let's see how we do here. There we go. I have a feeling this one moves, so I'm not going to worry about that one. But I am going to come in with some sticky tape now. And get at least that base layer stuck together. So that I can get stuff put on here. Okay, let me get some of this put on. That one's going to go on here again. And then when things are so embossed, I like to add a little extra glue, a little more than I would if it were just a flat piece, just to get good adhesion. Okay, more decisions. I think that goes flat. And again, it's going on an embossed piece. So I'm going to do a little more glue. I'm trying to get it centered and straight and all of that good stuff. I think I know where that one went. That one was supposed to be right here. Yeah, see, now I do wish I'd put it over a little bit more, but that's okay. We're going to work this out like so. This is going to be fine. That's fine. And I don't have to worry about these open leaves. I don't have to worry about gluing those because I've taped them to my solid ones. So I am going to just add glue on here. And again, I'm keeping it up until I have it where I actually want it. I love the press and seal. Now, I do know that this one, I don't think has glue on it. I'm not sure this one has glue, but it may be taped to that one, so I am not going to be surprised if some of these float free as I take that off. Oh, that one did get some glue or tape or something, so did that one. So we're good there. I was thinking I would come back and, well, yeah, maybe I will. Stick a dimensional under that one. Yeah, it had just a little bit of tape there, I can see. That one might take a bit of a dimensional. Go. A couple of them there with dimensionals. Now, okay, I am happy with that. And I'm going to come in with I don't often show you doing the insides, but I do them more and more. There we go. I think we'll do that. So I routinely keep the basic white layers that I use all the time when I'm just not feeling creative, but I've got time. I sit and I cut my second layer down, my third layer down. Sometimes I do some of the fourth layer down. I don't often use that one, but sometimes I have some pre-cut, like today. And that just makes it really easy when I go to craft. I use this layer and this fresh freesia layer all the time. So I'll take a whole pack of basic white and cut it down into those two sizes. And I just keep it here on the side of my desk and I'm good to go. There. How's that for the inside? And the outside, I'm not going to use that one. I don't think. I could decide to tuck it in somewhere, but I think it's superfluous to needs. Let's do some embellishments. Now I have these Tinsel Gems 3-pack. It's got Fresh Freesia and Lost Lagoon. And I've got these iridescent foil gems, which I haven't used yet, I don't think. They glue down these plastic sheets, which I get. It keeps them nice, but I like to be able to pull them off and hold them on my project, which is a nice thing about having the clear plastic. So I just take my embossing buddy and that powder just coats up the sticky. And now I can slide this off easily. Ooh, these are cool because they've got gold and they're iridescent, so they pull out that petunia pop too. That may be our go-to. But I also have, these are the Adhesive Back Pearl Trio, and it's Petunia Pop, Calypso Coral. And they say these are Misty Moonlight, but I thought these worked well here too. Those could be cool too. Not so sold on those, even though those were the first thing I thought of. What do you think? You think you can't tell so much there. Maybe you still can't. I like them both. I don't know what to do. So that's much more subtle than the other one. I like the bolder one, I think. This is where I get lost, is where to put the other ones. Your comments just caught up to me here. Oh, but that's too much in line. See, that's why I keep trying to figure stuff out here. I just don't know. I don't like these at all. But I may not have a choice at this point. Calling you done. Because I don't think you said take the bottom off. Or then I added those. Yeah, I pushed that one down, so it has to stay. Okay, I'm done. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. So, thank you for joining me today. I will be back same time, same place next week. Let me know if you thought this one went too long, or if you liked it, if you liked seeing the whole process. Yeah, this will be on my blog, next blog post, and you can find that at nancysniftynotes.com. And if you have any questions or I can help you in any way, send me an email, nancy@nancysniftynotes.com, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.